Hello, and welcome to Recent Activity, your new favorite entertainment review podcast that attempts to cover every film, every show, all at once. I am your co-host, Andrew Morgan. With me, as always, he just polished off a large stuffed crust pizza. It's Shane Beauregard. How are you, sir?
I am doing well, buddy. I'm not a fan of the stuffed crust pizza.
I've never, I just like anybody else, when it comes out, you want to try it because it was like a phenomenon. But, you know, just like most other things, it's like, that was fine, or what, that's cool, but I don't want it that way. Plus, you know, we're both Connecticut pizza snobs.
Yeah, we are, and I let that be known to everyone I eat pizza with down here. So
hell yeah. What is the pizza situation in Hollywood South down there in the Carolinas?
It's not great, but there are several restaurants that are like, all right, there's two in particular like this. Okay, this reminds me of up north. So we do got a couple spots here and there.
As long as it's not fluffy, man. I can't handle the fluff.
Get
out of here with your fluffy crust. Get out of here. That I can literally look at a pizza and just go, nope. Like we're that level of this, you know, this corridor that we're in the best pizza in the country and possibly even the world. And so, yeah, I can identify pieces of shit real fast. So that's
right
good.
Off the bat. Yep.
Yeah. But that's what we do here, too, here at Recent Activity. We identify pieces of crap, and we will go through many different films and TV questions today. It's 5 burning questions. We have multiple movies that we saw that were brand new to the weekend. Plus, we're going to touch on Friendship, which is now in its second week, because Shane did the right thing, saw it opening weekend, and I just caught up with it over this past weekend. And then Last of Us Season 2, we didn't have time for last week, and Shane had to do some catching up, so we're going to tackle that at the end of this episode. Plus, of course, what would a movie talk and questions be without talking about the MCU? So we're going to do that too. Have a bunch of stuff in here. So Shane, let's get right to it, buddy.
All right, let's rip it off. Let's go.
You and I are old school Karate Kid fans. We watched Cobra Kai. We probably have similar feelings about the midstream of Karate Kid, like post Machio, Who Gives a Crap, probably, right?
Right. Yes.
Where do you stand? Are you a next Karate Kid apologist? Are you a Jaden Smith lover?
Nope.
None of those things. Okay,
None of those things.
I'm glad we are on the same page, but here we are, Shane. It is 2025. Cobra Kai is over, and yet we are still talking about Karate Kid Legends involving Ralph Macchio doing the same character that's now 40 years old. The character, the original movie is around 40.
Yeah.
So I will say it was a packed theater. It was a pretty packed up theater when I saw it. It made 21 mil domestic, 26 internationally for a $47 million take over the weekend. It's getting middling reviews, mostly more positive from audiences than critics. But the big burning question that I have for you, sir, is this the end of the Karate Kid franchise or just beginning a new chapter?
The correct answer is it should be the end. Like, it should be the end. Like, no more Karate Kids, please. Like, this.
And why would you say that? Because I'll post it here, my quick feelings, and then I'll have your answer. Ben Wong, aka Li Fong, aka Stuffed Crust, as we noted up top. That man is adorable. And so is Sadie Stanley, who played Mia. Okay, I thought they worked really well together. I thought this movie actually peaked early because I cared, this is bad for the franchise, so I'm curious your opinion. I cared more about Joshua Jackson and that family and his situation than I ended up caring about the more formulaic, predictable second half when Chan and Machio and the tournament stuff happens. That is all too just duh.
Yeah, you are exactly fucking right. Right.
Because that is the right answer.
Yes, because I went into this movie not expecting the Joshua Jackson fucking story at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he was one of the best parts of the movie. I'm like, all right, I missed Dawson's Creek. I should go back and watch it now. Like,
Pacey got ripped.
Yeah, Pacey got ripped. Like, I enjoyed it, and you're right. Like, Mia and Li Fong were great. Like, I love that storyline.
Yeah.
But it's an entertaining movie. I will say that it's entertaining, but you can feel like the abbreviated nature of this movie because there was no emotional impact of like the bully Connor. Like, there's no build up. We didn't really know anything about him. Even the sensei, we didn't know how. Like, it just like it left that needed to be filled out more for me to care about it. You know what I mean?
Super generic.
Yeah. And then even Ralph Macchio coming in the last, 25 minutes of the film? Like,
yeah, like if you go on IMDb, like that dude is buried in the credits. It's like, I wonder if this movie originally did not have him in mind, and then everything got kind of like tacked on as it went because they just, I could see it being like, this is a reaction to Cobra Kai still being around close to the time they wanted to put this on, or maybe Cobra Kai got this off the mat, like maybe it's an older script and then they kind of dusted it off, fluffed it up, and tossed it on the screen, or maybe this was a streaming effort, something. It just feels like it was one thing, and then they tacked on the Macchio.
Yeah,
and
it just felt condensed because you never got the whole story of why they're two branches. They tried to do it, but it was so not filled out with any kind of depth. It's like, okay, he knows Miyagi from whatever, 1985 or whatever. Yada, yada. So we never got that dynamic. So I didn't care about it. I cared about them two together in the first half of this movie. That being said, an hour and a half runtime. My kids loved it. It was again, entertaining and fun. I would put it ahead of like the next Karate Kid. I've never seen the Jaden Smith one. I will never see that one.
Yeah, not interested.
And Jackie Chan's always entertaining and lighthearted and whatnot. I liked his scenes in here.
Guy, holy hell. He's got to be, again, in his 70s.
70s, yeah. So, as much as I enjoyed this film, it just, to me, this has to be it, because I don't see where they go from here at all again. So, and I did like seeing Johnny Lawrence at the end of the movie for his little quick minute, whatever, you know, to tie it in. So, to answer that question, it's not a beginning. As much as Ben Wong is like you said, he's so watchable. Yeah. And on screen, I want to see more of him, just not in this. So, nice effort. Better than I thought it was going to be honest with you. But this needs to be the end of the whole Karate Kid thing.
Yeah, I'm mostly with you. But what I can see, and I wonder your thoughts on this, because this movie kind of is just a redux of the original Karate Kid in a lot of ways. And kind of they just keep doing this. They just keep going, oh, new generation that cares about Karate Kid or has heard of Karate Kid. Let's do it again. Let's do it with a slightly different take, right? And I can see them doing something where he has to go back to Jackie Chan because there's some issue. Like in the same way, you know, Macchio had to go to Japan in part 2. Can't you see that being the same thing where it's like, I got to go over there because, you know, a new rival thing is messing with Uncle and I got to step in and figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the next logical step, right?
It's literally like, I could totally see them doing it.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, it'll come to see how much money this movie makes in the theater. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see.
I wonder what the budget is on that. It can't be a lot.
It can't be a lot. It really can't.
So this is a good start. Yeah. But I can't see, again, like this summer's kind of loaded. But here's the nice thing. If you've seen Lilo and Stitch and you took your family, this is kind of that it's a PG-13 movie that is a soft PG-13.
Yes.
It's mostly that because of the karate violence, and which who has ever cared about that? So if you're a family person, so like you could take anybody above age 8 to this movie and it's totally fine. So I wonder if that will give it more legs than maybe it deserves, just because who's fighting for that spot coming up?
Right. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, it's only the same couple of movies until the next big animated film or something comes out. Or Fantastic Four, I guess, for that kind of family version of all of this, too. So that's a while. So maybe it's got legs. And if it does have legs and ends up making the dough, we could be sitting here going, I told you. and they're going to Japan.
Right. So not to like belabor the Karate Kid, but I can see it actually getting legs on streaming once it hits.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I can see this as like a top downloaded movie on whatever streamer it goes to. So, yeah.
Yeah. Netflix.
Duh. Yeah, exactly.
It's like duh.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I ended up giving this a 2.5, 3, that range.
Yeah, I'm right there. Soft 3.
Yeah, soft 3. You know, I'm going to steal that. I like the soft and hard 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a soft 3.
I hear that about you. Yeah. Yeah. But no, I'm there. I'm the same way. I think it has a 3 on Letterboxd. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So there you go. Moving on to another movie that I expected this to make more money, but maybe I don't know. I would have figured that Talk to Me was a big enough movie that they could position the next movie from the same directors to make at least a similar amount of money. But I think that they may have creeped people out a little too much with this trailer, or they couldn't quite get their arms around it, because Bring Her Back is the latest movie from the Philippou Brothers, who did Talk to Me. And this only made $8 million over the weekend. Really kind of buried in all that, you know, Mission Impossible, Lilo and Stitch, Karate Kid, all this other stuff where, you know, but again, all those other boxes, if you're a big horror fan or you're in that age bracket, this is the movie that it kind of served up. So I thought this was going to make more money, especially because the critical scores right now, 7.6 IMDb, 75 Metascore, and a 3.8 Letterboxd. Can't do much better than that.
Nope.
So it's almost like a redux of the same conversation we had earlier in the year with like Companion and Presence, where we're like, why didn't you assholes see these movies? You'll go out and see Final Destination 27, but you can't like hit up on like the new exciting names of horror, especially when they get good reviews ahead of time. So here's my question to you, Shane. Should we start to include the Philippou Brothers when talking best modern horror directors?
If only to say their last name, yes. Because it's fun. It's fun to pronounce.
It is not a breed of dog. It is, it is just a fun last name to say. And I think they're New Zealand.
Yeah,
New Zealanders.
Yeah.
Something.
No,
Aussie something.
Freaking love this movie. I love this movie.
Yeah, sure.
Anything they pump out now, I am on it, because we both like Talk to Me.
Yeah, I was a little dissatisfied with how it concluded, but at its height, it was ripping. Yeah.
But to me, this is a notch above Talk to Me. Like,
I think so.
I love Sally Hawkins destroyed this film as the unhinged mom and all this. I like the fact they didn't really explain all the cult stuff. Like, it was us to fill in, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the sound effects in this movie. Like, the story, I was at the edge of my seat this entire movie. The battle between the brother Andy and Sally Hawkins was just great. How she was making him just unravel, and making him think he was going crazy. And then the whole sister dynamic, which I did laugh when you told me, like the whole Piper thing.
Piper knew.
Yeah. I did get a kick out of
the
that.
White Lotus stuff. Yeah.
And then there were scenes where I just had it, like I'll just say this: the kitchen scene, I turned my goddamn head. I could not watch the kitchen scene with the knife. I like literally turned my head the entire time that thing was going on.
Yeah, between that and him like literally
biting the table,
biting the kitchen, kitchen island or whatever.
But just unsettling scenes. And I think I told you right when this movie ended, like it stuck to my skin all night long.
Sure.
In a good way, though. I'm like, fuck, this was good. So I enjoyed it. I am on board with these guys. Like, just pump them out, man. I gave this a 4.5 when I left the theater. Yes.
Wow.
Story-wise, acting-wise, everything. The scenes, the cult aspect, the horror elements, like it. The fucking Oliver kid was just creepy as hell in this movie. And I blown away by how much I like this freaking movie.
Yeah, I mean, listen, creep factor's high. Sally Hawkins and the brother. I thought everybody in here was good. and those moments are intense. I think this is probably the first intense horror movie where you have those moments of like, do I look away? Since probably that twosome of Barbarian Smile.
Yeah.
That era.
Yeah.
So I would say that welcome back to that, because horror just needs to get to be scary again. Like even something like Terrifier, those are kind of like winky, schlocky, gruesome, like gory for the sake of gore. Like this is just like yikes. So, which I knew from the trailer was going to be that way. I'm a 4, so I'm not far behind you, but I did have to think, is this the best horror movie of the year so far? And then it made me just more go, well, the only competition is Companion, but is Companion horror or sci-fi or what? Because it is kind of a blend.
Yeah, it's a blend. It's a blend, right?
It's not really gruesome. So, like, I want to give this one the belt just because it is a pure cult horror movie kind of a thing.
Yeah, this one to me has the belt. This one has the belt. Though I will say real quick, I did get a nasty flashback, and I did get mad with the whole puddle scene at the end because it reminded me of Glass and how much that pissed me off. I'm like, can you do a push-up? Can you just do a push-up and get yourself out of that position?
It's true.
Like, you're lifting all these weights. Yeah,
she must be lifting weights too. And side because
you're lifting weights and taking creatine. You can't do a push up. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
and by the way, I'm not huge into jump scares either as like a premise, but this one's got a couple of good ones, including like the car.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was like, oh, I did one of those in the theater, like an audible. Oh, so
I'm
good
with
on
you.
this movie for that. So also, creepy kids are back, so everybody's happy with that too.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, and that kid's stomach.
God.
That's what'll stick to me. All the creepy stuff, the stuff on the video screen, all those things. Yes, I agree. They are awful. However, that kid's stomach. If you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, when you watch it, just think that kid's stomach and you'll get there eventually.
Yes.
It's tough. It's Connor.
But I'm excited about what these guys are going to be doing going forward, man. Like, they have my full attention, these guys.
And by the way, I love a follow-up from a director like these guys, to where it's not a sequel to the movie that made you hit, and it's also not you got roped into a franchise.
Exactly.
Amen. Keep doing it. This is why, again, looking forward, Weapons, I'm looking so forward to that, because, Barbarian was like creep factor, but like, just imagine him getting better as a director going forward. Like, and that trailer already hits well. Like, give it to me.
Yeah.
So, and I love again that he isn't doing some sequel next or IP or what have you.
Yes.
So, which I think he is though, which sucks. Like, eventually he is, but again, take your bag. But I appreciate coming out the gate just showing me what your auteur vision looks like first before we rope you into something else.
Yes, totally agree, man. Excited.
Speaking of vision, Friendship is the next movie we're going to talk about. This movie is close to 12.4 million domestic in a summer where they literally came out the same weekend as Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible. So it's easy to get kind of left behind.
Right.
But even that weekend, I think it made, $8-9 million, which is pretty nice for a movie that was an acquisition out of Toronto, low budget film, has leads that aren't like Paul Rudd is, but he's not really the lead of this movie.
Right.
This movie, and I can tell I sat and watched this with a crowd of people. This is the crowd who is supporting I Think You Should Leave, and the Netflix effect of this, which is interesting because Netflix doesn't want to put their movies in theater, but they can create stars that then will have something that works in the theaters. That I found interesting. But Shane, the question, with such high critical scores, 3.7 Letterboxd, 7.5 IMDb, 72 Metascore, is Friendship the best comedy film of the 2020s?
You want my short answer? No, it's not.
it's not for me either. So let's go.
It's not. I'm sorry. Just off the top of my head, I think right now, if I were to give the belt to a comedy in the 2020s, it'd be Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Followed by Thelma for me.
Sure. Now, can I ask you a question about Thelma?
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
The way I kind of put my list together, and I sent you some stuff.
Yep.
Is the movie's intent first and foremost to make you laugh?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, because that was my main criteria. There's a million examples of like these dramedies, these Oscar films that are funny, but their first thing is not, I want these people rolling in the aisles.
Right.
And it doesn't have like a comedy star at the lead. Like all that kind of stuff went into my mind. So I'm glad you echoed the Palm Springs, because I sent you kind of like a list.
Yeah.
And Palm Springs was towards the top. Wes Anderson is an acquired taste, but I would say like French Dispatch for me is high up there. And I love Joyride. I think that's probably the best studio effort that felt like a complete package. One that was able to come out in theaters.
Yeah, I agree with you there too.
Did you have any other ones you wanted to shout out?
I actually, for me, because it's a blend of comedy and horror, but I really enjoyed Freaky, and I'll always back that. I had a good time with that movie. I thought the movie was funny. I enjoyed that more than Friendship.
Sure.
But Palm Springs, Thelma would be on my list. So I think I got what I wanted out of that. So yeah,
Hitman, Borat 2.
Yeah,
some of the streaming efforts like Honor Society. I wanted to shout out, and I put it a little low on my list. Probably because it's not what people first think, but I'll tell you this: Jackass Forever is one of the funniest movies of the 2020s, and they deserve to be acknowledged because those things are all hilarious.
Right.
And I know it's not some written thing, but they have to come up with these stunts. They have to come up with how it makes like a cohesive movie.
Yep.
It's great. I don't care.
I agree.
I'm just putting that out there. But as for Friendship, where did you feel? Because you seem to be resounding in, like, does it even come close on your list? Is it high for you?
No. And I'll throw a disclaimer out there. I like this movie. I did. I guess I'm missing the Tim Robinson boat. I guess I'm just missing how fucking hilarious this guy is.
Did you watch the show?
I have not watched the show. I've seen clips of it. I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, maybe I was in the wrong mood or something, but like every time this guy did something, I mean, it's like rolling in the goddamn aisles, laughing their ass off. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, like that was okay.
Yeah.
I'm just missing that connection with this guy. Even like the scenes you see in the trailer by him being stuck in the mud, people were losing their minds. I'm like,
right.
It's not that funny, man. Like,
it's just a simple sight gag.
Yeah. And like the facial expressions he would make when Paul Rudd was going to think, they were just dying laughing. I'm like, yeah. But at the end of the day, no, I did enjoy their dynamic together. It reminded me a little bit of like What About Bob combined with the Cable Guy as far as like certain aspects of the movies go.
That's a good comp. I like that.
Right. And it has like a deeper meaning, like, at this stage in his life, he's trying to change who he is and he's trying to develop these friendships. So there's a lot of themes that go into this movie as well. But as far as like pure comedy goes, yeah, I'm lost here. Like I just did not connect with it. Like I guess all the Tim Robinson fans just adore this movie. So yeah, good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 3, but like I'm missing the hype train on this one, my friend.
Yeah. Wish I can give this the Andrew cheat code. It's begging for a 3.25. I would give it a soft 3.5 at best. And I watched that show. But I think the beauty of that show is that he works in those microdoses, or he can expand his cast enough so that way he's not the end all be all. Because here's what I came out of there with. I like it. I don't even fully know if I could call it a comedy because I only laughed out loud like a couple of times. And stuff like running through a glass slider will always be funny. The licking the toad thing felt like a sketch within the movie.
Yes.
A little bit. I was surprised that this was only written by Andrew DeYoung, who also directs the film, because it felt like an extended I Think You Should Leave episode.
Okay.
And while you're like throwing up with anxiety more than you're probably laughing, And I hear that from people who, again, love the movie probably. And there are some great laugh lines. I think we should still be in Afghanistan. Made me fucking laugh my ass off. I thought that was amazing. And I applaud it for, like we mentioned, like how many movies are not tied to IP. Naked Gun coming soon, of course. They're hard to make and they're hard to not go straight to streaming. And I enjoy the fact that A24 backed this movie, put it out there, and it has its audience. I wanted this to be so much better.
Me too.
And I thought that it was a cool concept. I think Tim Robinson is limiting. And I said that before this movie. Like, I was a huge fan of the early seasons of I Think You Should Leave. And there are some funny stuff on the second and third seasons. But I think it's, I'm finding out myself. I think he's limited. I think he can do the angry thing and really kind of just try to stretch the uncomfortable angry thing. And this movie shows that this is his lane. So if you're on board and you're good with seeing this all the time, cool. You won. You got it. Here it is. But I think genuinely like funny actors that we've seen over the years. I mean, like 2010s, obviously, would you say the 2010s kills what we've had as output for 2020? Like, was it hard for you to probably try to pick a 2020s comedy?
Oh, it was difficult going through that list. It was so difficult trying to go through this list. I'm like, is this a comedy? Is this like the questions you asked, is the intent to make you laugh first, right? Or is that secondary within the movie? The 2020s, man, it's a rough road out there. Like, as far as trying to like pick anything, man, like it's just tough.
Yeah. Cause, 2010s, just as a micro, like a sneak peek, a look, a glimpse of what 2010s offered. The other guys, the last great Will Ferrell movie, Booksmart, probably kicked off a type of movie that we've kind of been seeing come back. 21 Jump Street got a sequel, and it's loosely based on IP, but it got probably greenlit because of IP.
Yep.
What We Do in the Shadows, very funny movie that ended up, the TV show looms larger than the movie now. Game Night, Horrible Bosses, when we thought Jason Bateman was going to be the next funny guy, I guess, at the lead of these things. Long Shot, the last Seth Rogen one that I was like, yes, sir. Amazing. Grand Budapest Hotel, we talked about Wes Anderson. Scott Pilgrim, but again, is that comedy first? Not really. Hot Tub Time Machine got 2 movies. Good for them.
Good for them.
It's a weak franchise, but I enjoyed the first one. And Ted got 2 movies. So like that's kind of what the 2010s brought. A lot more studio backing, a lot more slickness. Oh, and Popstar.
Yes.
Connor. Popstar, Never Stopping. That the songs from that movie linger in my head more than certain scenes.
Sure.
So it's like a movie, but I still that shit's hilarious. I love Lonely Island forever. So, now we got upcoming after this, Naked Gun, Freakier Friday, Happy Gilmore 2, The Roses, which is a redux of War of the Roses. So that's all IP.
Yeah.
So this is what comedies normally are. So again, love the push for this kind of movie. Love the effort. Loved certain scenes. But as a movie, it's okay. It's pretty good. But yeah, it's hard because we are living in a space. This is not quite yet Bottoms again, where like everybody loves it. The critical scores are off and then we're like, what the fuck? This isn't what the fuck territory. This is an enjoyable time. Yeah. But this is not what I thought it was going to be, or the hilarity that I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, exactly. And I said at the top, like, don't come down on hate for me. Like, I enjoyed the movie. I did. Yeah. I liked it. It just was not what I thought. So, and it's definitely not fucking Bottoms. Stop bringing that movie up, please.
No, I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just breaking your stones.
They have almost identical scores, dude. Identical scores. So you can talk like, which one did you rather have? It's not even close. So, that works for me. Last movie one for you, buddy. Not a movie that just came out, but I just wanted to address this because I lost my shit earlier today.
You did lose your shit.
Somebody on Twitter was quote tweeting essentially worldofreal.com. And the article is basically like, the Thunderbolts is set to lose $100 million for Disney. And Lord knows, we've had plenty of conversations being negative about Marvel, Disney, any of these things where it's like putting up Drek and then loses a bunch of money. You can go, ha ha ha. You made a shit movie. You deserve to lose shit money. Whatever.
Right.
Thunderbolts is their first critical success. It's a movie that is literally banking on you going to the movies to watch the B team play and do a great job. This is not Captain America. This is not having a Hulk. This is not any of those things. So if you told me a while back that Thunderbolts would make almost $400 million in the era that the Marvels and some of these other movies like made nothing. Nothing. Nobody cared. Nobody went. And this was a success, critically and box office wise. The question I have for you, Shane, in our 5 burning questions is, can we just leave Thunderbolts alone?
Yeah, please do. Please do. I can't remember the last Marvel movie that's getting this kind of like unwarranted hate and unwarranted piling on, I feel like.
Right.
And I don't, like you said, I don't know where where this is all founded from. Like you said, you just gave off the numbers. It's like, it's a good quality movie. The first one they've put out in quite a long time. So I understand if you want to shit like on the Marvels or the Eternals or Thor 4, whatever, go ahead. Bomb away, right? Deservingly so.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm just perplexed on just what the hate and, again, the piling up on and the negativity towards this movie, because Jesus Christ, like, this is a good film. It's not Captain America that we just like had to like sit 2 hours through to watch like the Red Hulk bullshit at the end. And like you said, movies that we didn't think we would ever need to hear about again, they tied it into the goddamn Incredible Hulk. Like, no. Right? Yeah. So this isn't that. This is like good quality storytelling. It has depth. It talks about like just depression and all this like real world issues. And like, I don't know, Andrew. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on here with this one.
Well, the worst thing is, Shane, I mentioned it to you off air. Thunderbolts is still in movie theaters. So anything that it does going forward, now granted, I think they made like, I don't know, 5 million, a little more over the weekend. So they could still trickle in some millions and whatever and get to a certain number. They haven't even left the theaters. They haven't done PVOD, which if you've heard some of even just like the PVOD numbers of like something like Wicked or some other like big blockbuster, they make pretty solid numbers in the PVOD market.
Yeah.
Talking $100 million or more for some of these movies, which, by the way, gets you to a magic number of like the production budget, reportedly, is somewhere between 150 and 180 for Thunderbolts. And they say you need to make 2.5 at least to kind of cover yourself in terms of, covering marketing expenses and everything else to just break even, right?
Yep.
The movie's there. The movie's overdone. Even if the high number, we're like right there with, in that 360 to 380 range that it's in right now. So what are we talking about?
Exactly.
Why are people dunking on this one of all ones? Like, I think people are just so wanting the death of Marvel that they report this stuff as if it was fact. There is no fact. It's not going to lose shit because you haven't even taken into account merchandising, how they do with these movies, any of it that's still attributed to this. This is not Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This is not the Marvels. This is not something which was like obviously like a red flag, too low compared to its production budget, yada yada. This is not that. Leave it alone.
I agree. Yeah, no, do you think it's like manufactured hate? Like just there's someone on an island that just like deep down in the cockles of their heart know this was a good movie, but they're going to be the one guy who just like throws shade on this movie? Like, do you think there's like manufactured hate because again, they want to shut the Marvel machine down at this point?
They were getting too much good press Too much of like a rebound. These are people who I would think want to see the end of the comic book era or the reign of the MCU. It's like it's literally like I'll give you a great example. I'm a Mets fan. Okay? If you've listened to the show, you pretty much figured that out. Juan Soto signs a 15-year contract, biggest contract ever. You know, one of the biggest contracts in professional sports, if not the biggest. Every at bat that dude has, there's like a tweet or an article of like the demise of Juan Soto, or he hates it. He hates playing for the Mets. All these things, all these manufactured. His mom told him he had to sign with the Mets. All this nonsense, all this stuff that was not said months ago when he signed the contract, but when he's struggling out the gate and whatever. Oh, let's pile on because it's big news. It's click-worthy. It's all this stuff. But man, just something about like the fact that we finally got a good MCU movie and people still have to do this crap.
Yep.
It just set me off.
No, I understand. And I have your back on this one too, because again, prior movies slam dunk away. Just whatever you want to say about it. I can't even defend the garbage they put out.
Sure.
But this one, like, come on, man. Like,
yeah. I know.
Don't get it.
Stay away, people.
Stay away.
All right. Let's get to something that might be worthy of some critiquing, though.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Because here's the burning question. Last of Us Season 2 ended last week. And I want to know from you, because when Season 1 ended, we had a particular level of hype that we were going in for Season 2, knowing certain things at least. I didn't play the video game. I don't know much about 2. So I knew certain things were about to come across. And I was excited for this season because the first one was very effective and I thought it could only get better from here. This season ended. I would say my personal hype meter was squashed. So for you, sir, going into Season 3, what are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Where's the hype meter for Season 3 of The Last of Us for you?
All right. For me, it's a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a 7 out of 10. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Again, I didn't play the second game, so everything was fresh for me. And we're gonna get into some of the comments we just made about the Thunderbolts about this Last of Us, right? For me, anyway. Okay. I enjoyed this season. Is it as good as the first one? No. But the high of the second episode was better than anything I've seen in television in a long time. And we talked about the second episode.
Can't complain about that.
I liked the follow-up episode, the fallout from Joel. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed them getting to Seattle. It was uneven in the last couple episodes. I will admit that. I was hoping to see more Jeffrey Wright. I was hoping to get more of that dynamic. I was hoping the Abby thing in the last episode would have worked out differently. Had some feelings towards that. But overall, I enjoyed this season as a whole. I really did. Episode 3, I even liked the flashback episode 6, with her and Joel in the whole space. I enjoyed all of it. What's starting to really bother me, though, and I know like she's easy pickings and easy target. I don't understand like all the unmitigated hate towards Bella Ramsey and like the flack she's taken online with all the funny Buzz Lightyear memes and all that kind of stuff that's coming out. Which again, I
haven't seen those, but now you got me. Okay.
Oh, you haven't seen those?
No, that's a new one. I've seen a lot of like hate towards Bella Ramsey. I have not seen the Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, dude!
But
like
as soon as you said it, that's bad that I'm laughing just you even saying it.
Yeah, and no, listen, it did make me chuckle. But then the day, I'm like, what is their problem with her? Is she the greatest? No, she's not. But like, I don't understand where all this like they're piling shit on this season. Like I'm seeing like the last episode was like a 52% drop off from the season finale of the first one, which again, I have questions with that last episode. It wasn't my favorite and I don't like how they ended it. And apparently season 3 is going to be Abby's story and the whole Seattle scene, which I'm like, okay, but I want to see more Jeffrey Wright. I want to see more of the Scars versus the WLFs or the Wolves. You know, I want to see that aspect, but I did not like the way they ended. I did not like that last scene at all. But I'm still at a 7, man. I want to see where this thing goes.
I can't get there with you.
Okay. No, understandable.
And part of it is, and I'll first address the Bella Ramsey thing. I think none of this is her fault. I think it's purely in the writing and direction of the show. And where I stand with this, my immediate reaction with going through the season and then obviously into the finale was, whose show is this? And who's my lead? Who do I care about? Where is this show going? And every time I think I start to get a handle on kind of what show it is, to even sit with it to see whether I even like it in the post-Joel era, they switch it up. Or they dilute the effectiveness of their leads to where I don't even know if I like them anymore, or they deserve my attention. And every time they add a layer, I understand the game in itself is supposed to be almost like a moral quandary.
Right.
I don't think the way that they're being so loyal to the game in terms of the structure of television that it works. Because Joel and Ellie kept the train on the tracks. It kept the narrative focused. It had this beautiful relationship that makes that second episode incredibly effective. And the fallout of some of it, like you said, the third episode, or even some of the drips and drabs of other parts of other episodes, whenever we see that kind of dynamic again, I'm in.
Yeah.
I think now that they made this into almost like a YA focused show, like it's focused on Ellie, it's focused on
Dina,
Ellie and Dina, and it's that relationship is more the forefront. And then it wasn't. It's now stronger where it's Ellie. Okay, well, what's Ellie up to? Making every worst decision she could possibly make.
Yeah.
Acting out of rage, acting out of selfishness, being a petulant things in the flashback and going forward, ruining everyone's life, practically. So that's my lead now with no moral compass. And then they'll throw in a moral compass with Dina's boyfriend nodding off, the father of her soon-to-be child. And then they kill him.
Yeah.
And even late in the game, she gets a choice to go for her uncle of a sort. Obviously not by blood.
Right.
But, in that relationship to Joel, like that kind of like entryway, could have gone and saved him. No, I'm going to go for thirsty blood, revenge stuff, Abby, all that focus. Then it gets lost where she's just in the middle, like she's in the crossfire of all this other stuff going on that the show doesn't like. It likes to give you drips and drabs, but it doesn't really mean anything to me because there's no core character or stuff that I care about, live or die. And I think if somebody who played the game or somebody who sees the future is like, oh, but season 3 is all like, it's going to lead with Abby's perspective. Why the fuck do I care about Abby? And again, you might be like, oh, well, you have to watch and see. No, I don't, because you lost the plot. You lost everything, and you made a cliffhanger that is kind of a joke. Because, and so I can't ride with where we are narratively, and there's no character that I'm just like, oh, well, I got to see this thing through because I'm a loyalist to this. What's left?
Now
that I give a shit.
No, I see where you're coming from. I do, and I respect it. And I wish they would have fleshed out Tommy's character a little bit more. As you mentioned, as the uncle. Like, I thought he was underutilized in this season, especially losing Joel. Having that anchor there, and the show does shift. Once we lose Joel, the show does shift, and it does. I told you, it takes a notch down than season 1 because Joel is the heart. Like, them two together are just what makes the show sing. But to me, playing the game, I want to see more of this world. I want to see more of just different aspects of it, I guess. And it did, like the whole end scene, like you said, with the boyfriend getting shot right off the gate. And in my head, I'm like, how the fuck did Abby even find them? Like, there's no logical explanation where she would even remotely know they were in that theater. On the reverse, like, it's logical that Ellie tracked her down because you went through that process. She showed, like, they told you how they did it. But on the inverse of that, There's no way she would have found him in that theater at all, ever.
No, and there's so many times where they just happen to find each other in the fucking city of Seattle.
Yes.
It's like, I understand maybe certain locations it might be a little tighter than it seems with the locations and stuff. It's still really hard. She went through water, like as far as like tracking and stuff. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's so difficult. And then they find each other at the most random moments.
Yeah,
so
most random moment.
It was hard. It was hard to do. And again, every time I hear an explanation on these things, it's, oh, well, that's what happened in the game. So they did it that way. Cool. I don't give a fuck. Because the thing about the game is that you're doing this repeatedly. You're doing a lot more days. You're sitting with these characters a lot more. You're sitting with their choices a lot more. You're making these choices with them. You're interacting. But as a narrative, especially as a compressed narrative, because this feels like, I think they only said they wanted to do two seasons, and then it ended up now it's like 3, it's 4, it's whatever, and it keeps extending. I feel like this has a worse version of Bear season 3 disease, where it's like, oh no, we're just gonna leave it off here, and we'll finish the story. And you could tell the episodes where it was like, oh, we're just stretching this out, we're just figuring this out. What's weird is that it feels incomplete yet rushed.
Yes.
And that is two things that just never sit right with me, because when you feel it, you lost me.
Right. I agree with you. And like I said, I agree. But for me, and I like, before we lose track of this, I want to shout out the Joe Pantaleone scene in this show.
Love it. Yeah. Joey Pants is my man.
It took me a good 2 minutes to realize that was him. Like, I heard the voice and I was like, wait a minute. I kept looking. I'm like, that's not him. And it was. I was like, that great scene. So shout out to him for being in a random one scene episode of this show. But yeah, I felt the same way. It was compressed. It was a little rushed. This should be a 2-season show, and that should be it. Like, it should be over. So now I am kind of scared of like, please don't stretch this out to a 4th season, because
I think they have to. The way they're trailing the narrative.
I know.
Because if Abby's going to take a large chunk of season 3, although I heard that season 3 will be longer than these other ones. So maybe, but the Abby stuff makes more sense to start 3, and they probably planned it originally maybe to be the end of season 2, and here we are. I don't care, because again, you just keep switching things up. There's no momentum. And even for the stuff that you had going on, I don't know if I can latch on, because I don't know if I care.
And I will echo this again. My most disappointing part of this season was the lack of Jeffrey Wright. I thought he's going to be more pronounced in this season, because the scenes he was in were great. I love that guy. Yeah, and I thought we'd get more of him, and I was surprised how little we got of him in this freaking show.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm most disappointed in. So
I'm with you.
But again, I'm going to keep it at a 7. You're not talking me down, Andrew, from a 7. As much as you're trying, it's not going to work.
Can I pose a bonus question for you?
Sure.
With them going to Seattle, how does this show differ either now or in your mind about where it's going in the future? How do we just end up, this is just another Walking Dead kind of show?
Oh,
because
God.
That's what I feel like now.
They're
just speeding it up.
Yeah, no. I've had that thought in the back of my head. To be honest with you, I'm like, don't turn this into Walking Dead. Please don't turn this into The Walking Dead.
Isn't it all like we've already done the humans are worse than the zombies. The thing, like, there is a cure, there isn't a cure. We've gone through that. Which, by the way, if you have to announce in a tweet online, like to say to people, hey, by the way, the creators of the show say that they could have gotten a cure out of Ellie if that happened.
What?
Oh,
okay.
You didn't accomplish that narratively, so you have to put in a tweet. You're fucking up your show, dude.
I know.
Fucking up your show.
I know.
So I don't know. I just can't be excited. I had episodes where I was literally second screening or rolling my eyes in episodes where I was like, why am I still here?
Yeah. No, I get it. I see your point, but I'm still kind of in it. Like I said, I'm a little more lukewarm to it. And I definitely think you'll see viewership dip in season 3, because I think it's going to continue to get bad press and bad this and all that. So
I mean, it still got the numbers from what I hear.
Right.
This season.
I just think that they fumbled a little bit. So, I'm hoping they get back on track somehow, but we'll see. Again, looking forward to season 3. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't have a number in mind, but it's not high. It's low. Again, it's one of those shows, and it's one of the rare ones we have that people watch week to week. And it's appointment viewing because you're afraid you're going to get spoiled. It's one of those kind of shows.
Yep.
So I'm literally watching it because I just don't want it spoiled for me if I took like a week off or whatever. But I don't have the drive to be like, oh, I got to know what happens next.
So if I had to guess your number, you seem like you're at a 3 or a 4, buddy.
Literally 3 was the one I had in mind. So yeah, you're right.
We've only been doing this together for 3 years now, so I can kind of see where you're at.
I know. We all kind of hit the same notes on that one. Hoping for better success next week. We got a bunch of movies that we are looking forward to. I already got my tickets for early access AMC Ballerina on Wednesday. Should be catching at least one or both of Life of Chuck and Phoenician Scheme. I know you have Dangerous Animals on the brain all the time, but now it's also a movie. So that will be coming around your area and into your purview. So anything you want to say about that or anything we spoke of before we get out of here?
No, I'm just excited about Ballerina. I think we both had this high on our list, so let's just kind of hope it doesn't disappoint us. I don't think it will. And who doesn't want more Jai? Who doesn't want Jai Courtney in their life anymore? Like, we need more Jai Courtney, right? Let's go. So,
sure. Yeah.
So anyway, I think that film could be sneaky good or just really bad. It's not going to be, whatever. I don't have high expectations for it, but the trailer looked all right, and whatever. We'll see. But Ballerina is where it's at this week, bud.
I love people getting all like, oh man, when have you seen like a serial killer like feeding their victims to sharks or whatever? I'm like, Dexter every week in Miami for like the dude just took his boat out to just get rid of all his victims every week. What are you talking about? He's fucking Dexter Morgan. Get out of here.
That's right.
So anyway, I will hopefully get to that one eventually too. A lot on the plate this week. I am currently working on my mid-season stuff for best top 5 Netflix original movies coming up here because we are in June, Shane.
Unbelievable.
We have made it into summer movie season. We are in the thick of it, and we will continue to do it. Be sure to follow us at Recent Act Pod. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell a friend, do all those things to keep these conversations going all summer long. And we will be here, and you should be too, next week for more recent activity.